Does it get any cuter than this? I think not. Here's a perfect way to give out chocolate this holiday season. We're going to stamp and create this little box to hold one Hershey Nugget treat. What is a Hershey Nugget, you may ask? It is a little piece of heaven. I know many of you watch me from other countries where these are not readily available. But in the U.S., from the state I hail from, Pennsylvania, there is a Hershey Nugget factory. Let's see if this one's made up in Pennsylvania. I did, yep, Hershey, PA. We have a park there. I grew up going to Hershey Park. It's an amusement park. These have a little piece of toffee in them and like nut and almonds and stuff. There's different ones. You can get milk chocolate ones, but I always like the ones with nuts. Now, you could just say, you could just go put these around on your coworker's desk or your friends. You could just hand someone a Hershey Nugget. But wouldn't it be a lot cuter to wrap it up and deliver it in a special delivery box that you've created yourself? So here's the deal. We're going to use the paper so that you can't see through the stamped image where we color. We're going to use a piece of Pool Party cardstock for both the backing here and for the little box. Okay, and if you have, say you're not using, like say you have this, you don't have Jolly Delivery. Maybe you have a bear punch. I did this project maybe 2 years ago or something similar with a bear punch. So maybe you have the bear punch, which I think I put in one of my mystery boxes. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, but there is another way to do it. So it just won't have the present. And another thing I wanted to mention is that you can easily, if you don't want to stamp and do all the stuff, I cut this little bear. I'm not really into the black or brown bears though, guys. I want a polar bear delivering my Hershey Nugget. What do you guys think? But if you want to make an easy treat holder, just cut out the DSP, back it with some cardstock like I did here, or DSP, and you'll make a strong little box. So that is what we're making. So come craft and vibe with me here. Just hang out. We're going to take a piece of basic white, and we're going to stamp with Memento Black. And let's see. I hope it fits on there. I don't know, guys. I may have to get out another piece of scrap. Will it fit? Yeah, it'll fit. There's my scrap piece. All right, so you're going to take Memento Black because we're going to color with Stampin' Blends. Come in, say hello when you get here. Tell me if you've ever been to Hershey Park, Pennsylvania. And if you never had Hershey Nuggets, I just feel sorry for you. That's all there is to it. All right, there you go. So that's cute. I think it got a little dark there. Let me just see if I have another piece. Here, I think I'd rather just do it again. I think. Now, you're going to normally stamp onto a piece of paper first, but I've already conditioned my stamp. So stamp onto a piece of paper first. The first time you take your stamp out of the package. Now, I don't mean right out of the factory package. I'm talking about any time you use your stamps. Just always stamp onto a piece of paper first to make sure you have a good stamped image. All right, that's better. All right, next you're going to just take your die from the Jolly Delivery dies, which is part of the Jolly Delivery bundle, which is our workshop this month. And plus, we've also did a bingo with this. So there's lots of projects I'll show you at the end of this video of where we use this Jolly Delivery. Okay, so this is a 3D project. I thought, why not do this project? We don't always want to make cards. Sometimes we want to make 3D projects. So put a little washi tape on there. Only for dies where it can't move like that, right? And now your sandwich is your base plate, right? That's when you die cut, it's plate number 1. It's really thick. And then you're going to use, because we have a thin die, you're going to use plate number 2. It's a thin die adapter. Then you're going to use one of the number 3s. Okay, you're going to use one number 3. So let's put that there. And then you're going to use another number 3 on top. After you put your metal die down, tape it down, and another number 3 on top. There's the number 3 down there. So that is all. And we're going to open up Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. You're not going to see that part just because of where it's at on my screen. And we're going to roll that through. And then we need a couple extra pieces because we're going to need to reinforce our box. So we're going to take that. Ah, perfect. Oh, I love it. All right. You can use your tape again if you need to later. And I don't want to waste the white for the reinforcing the box. Instead, I'm going to use designer series paper and some cardstock. So let's do this a couple times. So we need a piece of, here, we'll just do like that. Here, let's run one through with the cardstock, okay, just once. And then we're going to run one through with the DSP, because we can do 2 pieces. You really should only do 1 piece of cardstock at once, but you can do 2 to 3 pieces of DSP at once. All right, so this is Pool Party. So now you have one shape like that, and that is going to be, just so you know, in your Hershey Nugget box, this piece here. It's gonna be the other side of this. So you need a piece of cardstock on both sides, because the DSP on both sides is decorative, but wimpy. I mean, the DSP is not going to hold your box up. Your Nugget, you need something sturdy to hold your box up. So now we're going to take the DSP. Now here's the important thing about this, is that you want to take, if you want that side to show, so let's get this here piece here. You want the one with the dots on it. Oh, by the way, this DSP is awesome. Yada, yada, yada. I've shown it on my channel so many times, but my goodness, how cute is this paper? It's called North Pole Delivery. Love, love, love. And the other side is cute too. And this paper has all kinds of ephemera with it. Specialty ephemera, so you can, like here, I have it in a little bag, I think, here. Little bag of ephemera, so you get all these little doodads. They're pretty awesome. All right, so that's the paper. Now, back to this. What you want to do is this, is if you want this part to show, you want that part to show, you need to make sure this part's the die cut part. Okay, otherwise it's backwards. So backwards meaning your bear won't be the right way. So make sure, and let me just get my scissors while I'm talking here. That piece, I don't want to use that here. I need to save that piece here, because this little bear we can cut out separate. This piece, we want to make sure that we die cut on this side, the side that we don't want to show, so that the mirror image is correct when you'll see. Oops, except that was the top of my, okay, there we go. You'll see when I do it, and actually, you'll know if you do it wrong. And then it's just a piece of paper, and you'll be like, duh, I should have listened and done it the right way. So we want that to show, because it's the mirror image. All right, now we're going to take this part. Okay, and we're going to, see, right? We're going to put one of these like so. So take one and put it on the back of your Pool Party. We're reinforcing the Pool Party. Use glue. You could have used an adhesive sheet, but we're using glue. And not like a ton of glue. It doesn't have to ooze out the sides, but just kind of, you do want it at the edges. Okay, so that's half your box, or that's the one side that's going to hold it up. So now, see how strong that is now? Because we have Pool Party and we have the DSP. Okay, good. Now the other side, right? We have the part we stamped. See? Now if we had not done that, if we didn't cut it that way, we wouldn't have this cute pattern on this side. So be sure to, well, let's glue that later, because if for some reason we mess up our coloring, we're not wasting time gluing it, right? So that's that. And then we're going to go ahead and die cut one of these guys if you want, right? You can make a box. I mean, I don't need to do this right now, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Just letting you know that if you want to make a box that way, we can do that too. But let's concentrate on the box for the project that is at hand, which is this project here. All right, so now we're going to take the blends and everything. We're going to color it up. And I'll tell you the colors I'm using, and I'll write it all down for you. Okay, so first you're going to take the light Pool Party. And you're going to give your bear some dimension by going around with the light Pool Party. So just go around like this, a little bit on the ear. around the back. You can use the brush side if you want. I decided making a polar bear. I don't want to keep doing the brown bear, the black bear. I think it's a missed opportunity that they didn't put more polar bears or some polar bears into this suite, because it is the North Pole after all where they live. All right, there we go. I'm just going to go around the belly a little bit on the eye. Okay, and now, oops, I overdid it there, so I'm just going to color that in a little. All right, so there you go, a little outline, and then you're going to take the pink marker to color in the nose. I like markers for fine areas. We're also going to use a marker for the garden green part. Okay, so that's the petal pink. I colored in the nose with petal pink. While we're at it with the petal pink, we will use the petal pink to do the gift here, gifty. And I just like to go dark on the outside, light on the inside. These alcohol markers come in light and dark. There's not much blending going on in that little tiny spot. And then we're going to do Poppy Parade, dark and light. This one tended to seep out, so be careful. It's very juicy. So be sure to like color on the inside, because otherwise I'd use a color lifter and it got all over the place. So not only are we going to use dark for that part, I'm using dark for this line of the gift here. Poppy Parade, only because it's one of the coordinating colors. And then we're going to take the light Poppy Parade, and that will blend better because we have a big area. So circular motions, and it's going to take a minute, and we'll do that again. In the meantime, I'm going to do a crumb cake, dark and light crumb cake for the top gift. I think Pool Party would look cute on the top gift as well, but I just decided to use crumb cake. All right, I'm going to go back over this again, because like I said, these are really juicy, and I don't want too harsh of the lines. So let's now, the reason I didn't want to glue this together yet is I want to show you what happens. When you color with the Stampin' Blends and you're using regular basic white cardstock, not the thick one, just regular, look what happens, it all bleeds through. Now, how silly would that look if that was half your box, and half your box, you did all this cute work on this side, right? You got this cute box, and then on the other side, you're like, ugh, that doesn't look professional. That's why we did this extra piece here, right? See, now you know. But I wanted to make sure you saw it seep through before you see why I did the extra piece. So we'll glue that together. But just in a moment, because we have to finish the little added touches with our garden green marker. Garden green is one of the coordinating colors, so I'm just going to go through and go over these little bows with the garden green. And it looks cute. And then we touch it up one more time. It looks like the Poppy Parade can be touched up one more time with the light Poppy Parade. Wherever there's a harsh line, kind of blend those two areas together. All right, it's looking good. And I will add Wink of Stella as well. Let's add some glue. To reinforce our bear, so it holds up our box. Then we're going to use a Simply Scored, which is a great tool to put in your starter kit this month. Great month to join Stampin' Up. I mean, if you've been watching my series about why to join Stampin' Up, I mean, I could come up with 100 reasons, but I'm going to be doing 35 reasons. It is just an amazing group to join. And this month we have a $35 starter kit special. If you don't already have the basic tools you need for stamping, a Stampin' trimmer is a must. That's this thing we're going to cut the paper with first. And then a Simply Scored tool for scoring is a must as well. You can go ahead and pick out $125 worth of items, including these items I just showed you. And you're only going to spend $35, and you're going to get free shipping. You could get pretty much everything I'm showing you that I'm working with tonight. So, I mean, well, I don't know about the markers, but you could get all that stuff. Probably get the suite as well, or maybe one of the items. The suite and maybe one of these tools. All right, so what you need next is a piece of Pool Party. Okay, the measurements are going to be, let's see, 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. So let's see, 2 in the corner. All right, that side will be good. We're going to do the 2 5/8 first, and then I'll write it down for you. So 2 4/8 is 2 1/2. So we go out to the 2 1/2, and then 2 more smidgens is the 1/8, because the trimmer goes in 16ths, right? All right, and then we got 2 5/8 by 2 1/4. All right, so now that is what you need. This is what you need to make your box, and it's going to be your nugget treat holder. So I'll write that down for you, and then I'll do a little demo. So this is going to turn into this little box here that you're going to hold your nugget like so with, okay? So that's what this is. All right, let's start writing. So we have Jolly delivery. Let's see. Nugget box or nugget holder, okay, etc. So you're going to say 2. You're gonna make the thing 2 5/8 times 2 1/4, and then we're gonna score this with the simply scored. You're gonna score at 5/8 of an inch on each side. Okay, let's do that. And then we're going to get back to this, okay? That's the only measurements there, and then we're going to color. Okay. Or it's going to be the ink. Memento. How did I forget how to spell memento? M-E-N. M-E-N. Memento black. Pool party. Poppy parade. I just wrote on my box. I don't think it's going to matter because I think I'm going to miter at the edge. Poppy parade. Let's see. Pool party, poppy parade, crumb cake. Petal pink. Markers. Garden green. And petal pink because we're going to use the petal pink for the nose. All right, this is going to be light and dark. These are blends, light and dark. Light and dark. Light and dark. All right, and then the DSP. North Pole delivery for the pool party part. I'm doing this now so you can take a picture while it's flat because it's very hard to take a picture of this, right, when it's not flat. So we're going to do it like that. I'll turn it that way, like that. Okay, and oh, and wrapper. Wrapper. You need to know the wrapper. It's 3 1/4 times 1 inch. Hershey Nugget wrapper. Okay? So that is your measurements. Go ahead and take your picture, and then we'll move on to the next stage of this project where I'll get out a little piece of paper to make for the wrapper. Let's see what we can use for the wrapper. Just getting out a scrap. Getting scrappy. I like this little piece that has the little mail, pieces of mail on it. If I have any more of those scraps. Yeah, I like this piece for my Hershey Nugget wrapper. Okay, that's what I'm going to use. All right, are we good? Let me say hi to everybody. All right, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. All right, we have Louise, Debbie, Salinas, hello. Louise is not, and Bonnie Blake, nice to see you. Oh, thank you for being here. And I'm glad you guys are all talking about where you're from and all the stuff. And we have Elaine from Canada, and Rhonda's here, and Janet, Auntie Bubbles is here. Trying to give each other your usernames. Thank you all for being YouTube channel supporters. Those in bold with icons next to your names are YouTube channel supporters. Melissa Sullivan's here. Oh, good. You guys are talking about your plans for the weekend. Hello, Mary. Hello, Laura Ann. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see Ginger Snap here. I'm going to take this away. So now you guys know the measurements. And Janet, do you mind writing those again in like the comments later when we're all done the video? So we're going to just look for a little piece of 1 inch that has the letter showing. So maybe right here. I like this little part. That's what I did for my other one. So since it's 1 inch wide and I want the little letter showing, I'm going to go like that. I'm doing the 1 inch part first to get the part of the paper I want. And then I'm going to do the 3 1/4 inch. Okay. So yes, I'm wasting a little paper to get the part I want, but if you're mass producing these, obviously you can't really get the part you want. You're going to be making so much you don't want to waste the paper. But now this, don't use glue for this because we have a food product. So also, if anyone's allergic to nuts, just be aware of that. And if you're selling these at craft fairs, either use the milk chocolate ones or put them in a bag where you write down on the bag, contains Hershey Nugget. Let's see if I have one to show you. Here. Like when I use these for my craft fairs, these Hershey Nugget treat holders, on the back I write, Hershey Nuggets with almonds, ingredients, chocolate and nuts, okay? Copyright Stampin' Up, that's because that's where when you're selling something, you're supposed to put the Stampin' Up symbol on it, okay? So if you're giving it away, you don't need to put all that business, but I would still tell people it has nuts, right? So just so you know. All right, so that's that. Now we're putting just rolling adhesive, it doesn't really matter which way is upside, right side up, upside down. This is for our little nugget that we're putting in the box. And that would be cute, even if you're just going to give out nuggets on people's desk. At a minimum, at least decorate your nugget, guys. At a maximum, go do all this. But somewhere in between is the cute little bear box that holds 1 nugget. All right, then we're going to take this and we're going to score it at 5/8 on all sides. So this is the Simply Scored. Now you can score with the tool I just showed you. You can. I'm going to have to use my stylus, guys, because this Simply Store comes with this, but I've had a lot of auctions. Don't worry, it didn't end up in one of my auctions, but I can't find a lot of stuff now. I think it fell somewhere, but I'm going to find it. But anyway, we're doing the score at 5/8 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4/8 is a 1/2 inch, and then that's 1 inch. So then 1 over. So we're going to score at 5/8 on all sides. Okay, we're turning it, right? And we're scoring it. And I'm going to show you a close-up of that when I do the last one. Okay, and then one more. You got the Simply Scored. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1/2 inch. That's 4/8. That little mark there is 5/8. And that's how you make the little box, the bottom of the box to hold your nuggets. That is it. Simply scored and as simply easy. Okay, we're going to turn it upside down. These are called valleys when you're scoring in paper crafting. These are called, so that's a valley, and then when you fold it over, that would be like a mountain. So sometimes we do alternates between mountains and valleys. So I'm turning it upside down, and I'm going to turn it like that. And we can burnish all the edges with like a bone folder or something. Let's find if we have a bone folder. La, la, la. How did we lose so much stuff in such a short period of time? All right, we found one. Okay. There we go. And now you're going to cut into this part, like the little snips. I feel like eating a Hershey Nugget. But you know what? I can't because I'm making a kit and I didn't finish the kit and I don't want to run out right at the end of making my kit. All right. So we're going to go like that and snip away. I always like to say like it's like a letter H. You know, like I'm kind of snipping these little corners. Now, you're going to then miter the edges. This one we're going to miter a little bit more than normal because I want to get rid of that little black marker on there. Miter the edges, not so much. You don't have to do it so much. I'm just doing it because I got a little marker on this side, okay? So what that does is when you, and you can also, if you want, if you have a big box, you might want to miter this part. What it does is when you turn the box and you turn it and you glue it, if you didn't do that, then the sides could stick up. So you want to miter the edges so that Everything is flush when you make your little box. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, now we're going to take, you can either use Seal Plus, but I just like to use glue for boxes. It's just easier. Put the glue on all the flaps. And if you have little clothespins, it can help you hold it shut. But this is so tiny and it's going to set really quickly. So just go ahead and do that. Hold it, right? You only got 2 hands. So just hold 2 at a time. And you'll know when you can let them go. Because what you do is you test it. Okay, it's still staying. I can let it go. Let it go, let it go. Right? When the glue dries. And then just put it like that. And we go like that. And do it some more. And there you have it. So that's your little tiny box. It doesn't get any easier. So what happened that your guys are trying to change it back? I must have missed something. Hey, the other Kimberly Smith, she was on my whatnot the other day in the auction. I'm like, you get a prize for having the same name as me. So your package, I hope you got your package or it's on the way from the auction. Oh, by the way, I'm having another whatnot auction tomorrow, 3 p.m. It might be a little late, but I'm going to do another one later that night. So come to my auctions tomorrow and whatnot and check out what I have for retired items. Now, what you want to do is this. Here's your little box. First of all, before you get too far, make sure your Hershey Nugget fits, okay? But then take it out because you don't want to weigh it down while you're gluing. First things first, you're going to turn this guy around and make sure that this little guy is centered in the middle here. So you're going to put glue on the side of the box. So just do one side first, like so. And then go like that to flatten it out. And then go like this. And we'll make sure it's level in just a moment. But first, you're going to, see, you're going to make sure it's like the one side is stuck on there before you rest with the other side. Now you're going to put glue on this side. And again, level it out. Okay, now, here's the important part. It might not be level. It might be crooked. So first, let's try to get that straight. Now, take this little guy, because here, you see how it has to stand up level, right? So what you want to do is turn this over, put it like that, but then, while it's still wet, turn it real quick, right? Oh, that was a good one. Look at that. It's already level. If you turn it and it starts going like wonky, wonky, like a rocking chair, then you're not level. So make sure the little feet of the bear are touching the table, all the feet of the bears. Or paws. I guess they'd be paws. All the bears' paws are touching your table. Okay? And now you know that it's even, see? Because all the paws are touching the table. Now you can give it a squeeze and get that glue to stay. And you got to do it while it's wet, though. The second side. The first side doesn't matter as much. The second side matters because you don't want it to be crooked. So now we can put in here our beautiful little Hershey Nugget treat. Boom. And you can also put in like mini Tic Tacs or other, like maybe a Werther's candy. So here's your final. Oh, we didn't do Winkostella. We're not done yet. We always say final until we glitter it. And then it's final. Okay, oops, I already got glue on that. Where's my adhesive eraser? I sell an adhesive kit, and these come in my adhesive kit. All right, so back to this. Now, what you want to do when you use Winkostella is get one that has some Winkostella in it. And then what you want to do is do the Poppy Parade last, because Poppy Parade sometimes runs all over the place because it's so juicy. But we did let it dry. So we're doing the light color. And then we're going to do Poppy Parade last. And if you want to put a sentiment on it, that's cute too. You could do that. Put a little note inside. Special delivery from the North Pole. These are going to be great at craft fairs if you want to sell them individually. What I did is I would give them somebody, like when they purchase a lot, I would say, here you go, you get a treat. Oh, thank you so much. That's so cute. Right? So that's how I'd use them at craft fairs. I also put them into gift baskets. And I put them on tables as table decor. I mean, what are some other ideas you guys can think of? Give them to your waiters and waitresses when you get to a restaurant. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Just random acts of kindness, right? So thank you guys all for coming to my retreat next weekend. Some of you guys got the Beary Cute paper in your kit, and some of you got the North Pole Delivery paper. So let me show you some other projects we've been making this month with this adorable little stamp set and dies and paper I've been showing you. All right, we have, or actually we made these last month. This is the little die, this part of the special delivery bundle that we made. So this die is what I made these cute little delivery boxes with. So that's on my YouTube channel. All right, there's this cute little latch. This is all part of the die. I didn't have to design the latch. It's awesome like that. And then you can fit a little mini candy cane, ginger chew, and a mint. You can't fit much in here, but hey, treats are treats, right? I don't think you could put a nugget in there because they're going to be too tall. No, you probably could put one in, but it will probably poke up the middle of your box. So you can pick which kind of enclosure. I picked the star for this one, and then I picked a little circle for that one. All right, so that's one project. So that's, I forgot that we did that other 3D project. Okay, and then we have our little thing like that, and then we have our card that we made here on this channel. You know I like the polar bear better, so we did this card. So if you missed that, be sure to check out that tutorial. I have a whole pile of stuff here. So this is a card we made during the bingo, Jolly Delivery. So just some more ideas of what to do with that ephemera. And here's another one this is using the North Pole Delivery paper, by the way. Here's another polar bear. You can tell I'm loving the polar bear. This is what you can make with the Lights of Aurora Designer Series paper. Another card we made in our bingo. Okay, let's see what else. This is, hey, cards by Chris. How you doing, Chris? Hey, how about folding up a 20 in the box, she's saying. Yes. Or no, folding up a 20. You're talking about in here. Oh, great idea. Folding up a 20 inside this little box with the bear. That would be a cute idea, too. Oh, that's another card like this one. I have doubles of a lot because I made one and then I made another one. So this is one I'm using the Traditions of Christmas Specialty Designer Series paper. So you could take specialty paper and do something whimsical with it. And then this is another one of those cards there, but just with different ephemera. So you can see how just changing the ephemera changes the mood of your card. Thank you. I'm glad you love all of it, Melissa. Okay, here's another one with the Lights of Aurora. Goes over there. Now, these cards are the same, except that this one uses the tags and more. I think it's called Christmas Tags and More. Specialty paper with some ephemera. And I was not feeling it with the big margins. So then when I changed it up and used a similar design, the design being the card sketch would be like, if I were to sketch this out, it would be a big rectangle with another rectangle inside and then 2 pieces of DSP. See? Big rectangle, little rectangle, and 2 pieces of DSP. This is the same card, except this one has a bigger margin. Both cherry cobbler. It's just that's using special delivery paper. Or, no, Christmas Tags and More. And that's using Traditions of Christmas. So you could take the same exact design, and it looks so different using different DSP. Which is going to be kind of what I do this month with our card club, right? I give you we're using Festive Friends this month. And I'm giving you a lot of different papers, so you can take the same design with different papers, like put the snowman onto 2 different papers, for example, and it's going to look totally different. This is the stamp set we're using this month, card club. So starting next week, we'll do those tutorials. Anyway, that's what we made so far. And this will go on until November. We're going to keep making things with this Jolly Delivery, because I know you guys have a lot of supplies to use up with your kit. Yeah, thank you, Lynn, and I appreciate you being here, and thank you for remembering to give the thumbs up. Thank you for your comments and your ideas and all of the things that you're doing and all your support. All right, so what else? Let me just grab my QR code for my auction. I'll be right back. Okay, so every Friday I've been having an auction at Whatnot. And if you haven't already got your $15 credit, you're going to go here. Well, go here. You can go here now and join. Sign in with your email address, or sign in with Facebook, or just sign in somehow. And then you're going to have 15 credit up in the corner. So what I wanted to do for a second is just show you what it looks like, because I think my friend Amy is on there right now. She said she was going on at 9:30, so I'll be watching my friend Amy. And I want to show you what this platform looks like so you're not scared of it, because some people get scared of it because they don't know what it is. Okay? And I have another phone here, so I'm just going to close out of YouTube and go to with my other phone to the Whatnot app. Okay, Whatnot. All right, so in the Whatnot app, it's going to tell you, see, here's my friend is on there right now. So what you have is, it's called Whatnot, and you're going to use this to join, and you're going to get a $15 credit. Full disclosure, after you use your cute $15 credit, and you get something delivered to your house that you bought from anyone's auction, it doesn't have to be mine, I get a $5 coupon, or I get $5 credit. So, of course, I'm wanting you guys all to join Whatnot app. Not just for my coupon, but you're going to love the app. It's highly addictive, though. Just fair warning. All right, so inside the app, it's a social selling platform. It's live. Right now, we have all these things going on. And mine is Papered Chef. You'll see tomorrow night, Papered Chef. So my friend Amy's on there right now, so she's selling different things. This lady's selling, here. I'm in the category of other craft supplies. And then these guys all these groups are in there right now selling other craft supplies. Okay, and you can see little videos of what they're doing. So if you follow people, you'll get notified of their shows. And there's people bidding on different products right now. Okay, so that's what it is. You're bidding. So you get in, you sign up, and then you get to bid. Right now, like whatever this item is, it looks like some kind of, I don't know what they are. But I'm not listening because my sound's down. But you see what I mean? She's selling, oh, here, it's some kind of like tool or something. Okay, so people are bidding. And I hope I didn't accidentally just bid while I'm showing you this. Oops, if I did. Oops. It's very easy to accidentally bid. You bid by sliding over to the right. Okay, so that's what the auction's all about. Okay, but you won't accidentally bid once you get used to it. But I have done it before. Okay, so hope to see you guys tomorrow. Even if you just hang out and don't buy anything, it's fun to like chat and interact. And then you know for next time how to do it. So you can kind of get the lay of the land the first time you go there. It's how I've been selling all my used craft supplies. And I have so many craft supplies myself, but there's also been times where like a teacher would say to me, I'm not crafting anymore, come on over, and I would get all their craft supplies. Or like my friend would say, my mother-in-law passed away, here's her craft supplies. So like I have so many people's craft supplies. So I have stuff from like so many years, you'll never even know what I'm going to have. Right, Lynn? I just do so many crazy, random, crafty goodness things that you never know what you're going to be able to buy on there. It's just so fun and random. All right, well, have a great night. And I'll see you guys next time. That's all for now. This is the Papered Chef. Have a great evening.